There are liquidations going on right now, which makes the crypto market stand out. In the last 24 hours, buyers have sold over $699 million worth of stocks. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana lost over $618 million, which means that almost 275,000 buyers lost money because of the move. This is very interesting because everyone is looking at old coins like XRP or HBAR right now and saying that they stink because they're going down a lot. But this is too general when it comes to Bitcoin because it's the market leader with a share of over 60%. So if it does take a big drop, it could be anywhere from $5,000 to nothing. All coins are at a high, even though there is a sell-off, it's not the end of the world. The bull run is still going strong and there isn't a bear market yet, so yes, I'm still expecting all-time highs for all cryptocurrencies, including XRP. Now that we know that, there are a lot of price expectations for XRP. These come from Bitcoin Maxis, which I will talk about in a moment. For now, here's how XRP looks. It's worth about $2.13. I'm really upset about this. Many people will say that the truth is that you should look back to October or even November. Also, our price was less than 50 cents. With that said, I don't think XRP and prices have been stable since late January, which makes me think that people are getting antsy and frustrated. It's been 4 or 5 months now. Aside from that, Bitcoin looks like this. There's a nice little push to the top and a nice little sell-off, and people are getting scared because of the liquidations and the change in Bitcoin's price. A lot of this has to do with James Nguyen, who won $200,000 in just 1 week, and many big whales have been going after his job. To give you an example, he's been posting a lot of jobs all over X. Do I think this person is a skimmer? Yes, I'm 100% sure that we are starting to see a lot of market manipulation. I think a lot of this has to do with games played in the market. Yes, I did say that I think the price of XRP will hit new all-time highs this year. Also, let's talk about price predictions for XRP since a lot of people have been making them. We've heard $5, $7, $10, $15, and $20. Some people have even said the price will be crazy high, like $50 or more. Bitcoin's goal is to keep the price between $8 and $10, which is now being called a pretty modest price. Plus, they talk about Bitcoin going as high as $250,000 or even higher in this chat. Please know that while I don't think Bitcoin will go that high, I do think XRP has a good chance of getting to $8 to $10 is also helpful for many other things. I always thought prices would go from $7 to $10 during this bull run, but watch this movie first. It looks like Gizdon is from Altcoin Daily, but it could also be from Crypto RS. Check it out. XRP has been through a lot, but things have never been better for Solana. Take a look at XRP for now to see what the price will be in 2025. I have to start by saying that I think Bitcoin has at least 1.5 to 2x left in it. With XRP at about $2 today, Ethereum could be 3 to 4 times what it is now, or $5 times what it is now. Is that possible? Yes, I think XRP will be worth somewhere between $80, and some people think it could go even higher, but I think $8 to $10 is a pretty reasonable range. They have thought about it, and I think that once they get their ETFs, which there will be a lot of, that will help bring a lot more money into the area. So yeah, I think $8 to $10 is a good guess for a top. Oh, okay, listen, I think 8 to 10 is a safe range, but I think it goes higher. We need to wait and see. Mostly we just watch how the market feels and how people react to price changes. I do think that this will really blow the lid off of things once XRP hits a new all-time high. We don't know how high it will go though, because the last time it was this high was in 2017. That means this will go down in history and be talked about everywhere, right? Watch what's happened with XRP over the last 2 weeks. I say this because price movement alone can make you miss the fundamentals. This is how the price action looks. If I told you there was a lot of big news about XRP in the last month, you wouldn't believe me. What if I said, hey, guess what? I think we should go back to this idea and go back to about the beginning of the year. Okay, there's been a lot of big news about XRP and crypto in general in the last few weeks. That's why I want to show you this. But the way the price moves, I have always said that fundamentals don't mean price movement. But what they do behind the scenes is put pressure on things. Okay, so all of these news stories will eventually make prices go up because they are all catalysts. In the meantime, let's look at the Masari Q1 XRP ledger report. This is important news because it means that Ripple has added a prime broker hidden road, which makes the XRP ledger ready for institutional use and gives DeFi more features. Okay, everyday active address is up over 142% from one quarter to the next. Clubs are seeing an average of 74% more people every day. The XRP record now shows that RLSD is worth 304% more than it was. The network is getting a lot of new users. Plus prices are going down, but everything else is going up. Basic things like measurements and the like are important because everything is under pressure, good pressure. This is something I think everyone should know because even looking back at past price action, like the candlesticks from 2022 to the big move at the end of 2024, that everyone is now talking about, we saw a lot of these projects including good news and important statements. That's why I say they're very important even if price movement makes you doubt it. They make prices move in a good way. Besides the ETFs, I'd like to talk a little more about companies that are getting into XRP. For example, WebM's International Limited, a new AI company from China, has called for up to $300 million to be raised in order to build an XRP strategic reserve that will help with global payment solutions. XRP is no longer just an old coin that no one cares about. Businesses are now using it as a backup plan. Also, New Hyperscale Data wants to buy up to $10 million in XRP by the end of 2025 to grow its crypto-based financial services through its Alta, a Capital Group company. At this point, two big companies have bought XRP, but don't forget about Vivo Power, a Nasdaq company that says it needs to raise $121 million to start a treasury plan that is focused on XRP. It's great to see businesses getting on board with XRP. Another post by Merrick not long ago, through a partnership with the Innovate Hub DIFT, the managing director of Middle East and Africa at Ripple talked about how startups got 8 weeks of intensive mentorship and technical support. The startups were the stars of the Dubai FinTech Summit, where we held our second XRP Ledger Accelerator Demo Day. This was the perfect place to bring together investors, regulators, and SARs and FinTech from around the world in the middle of the UAE. The startups showed how they're using the XRP system to solve important financial problems and change the way money works around the world. Now listen up, this is all a push on XRP. The UAE is really getting into XRP level because of these tools.